Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming back my good friend and very first guest coming on to be on for the 6th time, Diane Franklin. I'm having Diane back on the podcast today to talk about her upcoming appearance at Retro Invasion Weekend in Westlake, Ohio next weekend. And she also reunited with John Cusack recently at a convention, and I want to find out more about that, and I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to find out what happened during that meeting. That must have been it could have been anything, emotional, awkward, set them right back, anything. I'm just excited to find out what it could have been. So, here is my new interview with Diane Franklin.
Hello.
Hey, Diane.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, a little stressful, but I'm hanging in there.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, my God. I've had, the most interesting month and a half, I tell you. Me and my mom went to L.A. for a week for Monsterpalooza last month, and it was great.
Wow.
We got to meet up with many of my podcast guests for meals and stuff, and one of them was a producer director who offered me a part in a movie.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back on it. I don't even think he has financing for it yet.
Right.
But
yep, that's a big part of the world right now too.
Yeah.
Even for the big films.
Yeah, and
well, that's good though. That's really good.
That was the good part, yes. And I got to meet up with Julia Montgomery too and stuff. That was all fun. But then, as soon as we get back, Mom gets injured at work and she has to have surgery tomorrow.
Oh no, what happened?
She just fell over some office equipment and she forgot it was there, and she dislocated her shoulder, broke her arm, and broke her foot.
Whoa. Well, boy, when she does it well, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Tell her she does it well. She shouldn't be doing so well. She gets it done, huh?
Yeah.
Go in and get it all done at the same time. Wow, that is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, poor woman. Is she taking painkiller now?
She is taking painkiller, but she's strong, so she'll be okay.
That's crazy, though. I've heard so many things sometimes. The way that happens is, it's a big, it's not even like she went, skydiving or anything. It's the most inane, I just, tripped on that little rock or something. I know so many people who've had injuries that way. So tell her I hope she feels better.
I sure will.
Tell her I hope the surgery goes smoothly.
Oh, I sure will, Diane. And then, oh my God, then I was supposed to film my own self-financed first episode of my own horror movie presentation show, and my producer fucked me pretty good on it, and so it didn't get made. Then I was supposed to stay with a friend of mine in L.A. this summer and fall, and we had a huge falling out, and it's not going to be fixed. So now I'm looking for somebody. Yeah. Now I'm looking for somebody who could take me in to substitute it. So fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, I understand that. Wow. Yeah, you're right. That is like a crazy amount of things to happen.
Yeah.
Right away.
All in the month of May. Yeah.
Yeah, May wasn't a great month, but it's, I think, to prep you for a good summer maybe. But some months are better than others. I find.
Yeah. But anyways, so about maybe a month or two ago, you got to reunite with John Cusack at a convention.
Yes.
How was that? Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So here's what happened. I was actually really nervous because I haven't seen John since we did the film. And I I know that he's, like, I know we ended on a good terms. We were, like, friends. But, it's been a long time. I mean, it's not like a couple of years where, like, it's sort of the same person necessarily, where everything is similar. It's like so much can go on and happen in that time period,
Yeah.
I mean, I've got married, I had kids, and, like, there's so many things. It's like a whole lifetime goes by, right?
Yeah.
And, but I was really excited to see him. And so I'm sitting there and waiting. And first of all, I have to say that, he didn't have to do that convention. It was not a large convention.
Yeah.
But my guess is that perhaps he did it because I've wanted to do it for so long with him. And he thought, well, maybe, and he lives in Chicago. So he maybe thought, oh, well, it's not a big deal. And I'll say hi to Diane. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and then he comes in, and he gives me the biggest hug, and he was so sweet, and I could tell that he himself, like, is not comfortable necessarily at shows.
Yeah.
But he was really, like, so we hugged, but then he had a line of people, so he sat down, and he did his line, and I had people too, but for some reason, I thought maybe we would, people would want to take pictures together or whatever, which I found out that they did, but they wanted the pictures with us both were not going to be casual. Because a lot of times when I am, with another person sitting next to them, it's a little bit more casual to do the photos. But they said, no, we're going to do photo ops for that. So that was fine. So he had this line of people, and then he went to the green room. And so I thought, okay, this is my moment where I can just hang with him and talk. Because I understand, he can't get into a conversation. You actually, it's impossible to do a conversation with a fellow actor while you're at one of these conventions, because it's so, it's just so fat. Like, you're seeing person after person, so you can't, like, just casually hang out and, like, talk with your fellow actor. You've got, people to talk to who are fans. So I went into the green room, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And he was reading a script, and I was like, I don't mean to bother you, but I just wanted to say hi and check in and all this stuff. So he was like, oh, my gosh, no. And it was, like, really fine. And he was, he had glasses originally. He took his glasses off, and he was just, like, talking to me. And he was so excited. Like, he was happy to hear about what was going on with me. And then I was like, I talked about his films and the things he's doing. And I told him that we should work together. I said, I don't know what your plans are, but we really should do a film sometime together, because I think that the fans would love it. So put it out there. And then I said, well, can we get some photos together? And so he said, oh, sure, no problem. And we did some photos, which were really nice. And then he said to me, I said, well, what's going on with Better Off Dead? You have to tell me, because so many people love that film, and they want to know your take. And he's like, and I said, people come to me and ask me. And I said, and he said, I have nothing against Better Off Dead. I never hated that film. It's just not, in his eyes, that film is not representing him. Like, I think that in a certain way, like, maybe he's more like his other characters, but he's not, this is not one of his, he didn't think it was like a statement film. He just, and I'm going, well, it is a fun film, but I don't know if I think that he just didn't take it as seriously, and didn't understand what it meant to all fans. And I think he didn't understand, like, how that film impacted other people watching him in other films. Because, when we see Better Off Dead, you fall for John. Like, girls just fall for him. Guys just feel like they are him.
Yeah.
Then after that, you decide, okay, I like that guy. I like him. So I'm going to go watch his films afterwards. No matter what he does, I'm going to watch him. And you may not like it. You may like it in a different film. You may like that film, this film. But I don't know if he understands that that film gave him so much love. And so I didn't, he did, at the signing, he did sign Better Off Dead posters, and he signed Better Off Dead pictures, which I was really impressed with, because honestly, like, years ago, he didn't sign anything. And so I think that although he's doing a tour now, and he's showing Say Anything and also High Fidelity, maybe those are the films that he wants to be remembered more for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that one day that we will be able to do some Q&A together, because I think it would mean a lot to the fans, personally.
Yeah.
So that's my feeling. So if you go and see John, a lot of people got pictures from him, but he's shy. And I think that is a thing where, I'm very outgoing and I talk to people, but when he's at a convention, I think he feels, and again, this is what's so interesting. As an actor, you are an actor and you have a lot of emotions and feelings, and your job is not to share how you feel with people. Your job is to become the character, right?
Right.
So a big surprise that happened to actors with the internet, the digital and internet world, is that now the public requires you to express who you are as a person. And some people went into acting because they were shy, because they didn't want to share their feelings, because they just wanted to express them in the character. Maybe they didn't even want to hide behind a character.
Right.
But, so it is interesting that there's this line that has become now fluid back and forth. You act and then you meet people and then you act again. And that's not the way it was in the 80s. This is a whole new thing for older actors, for actors who are in their 50s or 60s or 70s. They were not raised this way. We were not trained to be social. We were trained to be introspective and keep our thoughts and work on our characters, but not publicize, sell, and so new generation of actors now know what to expect. I mean, if you want to be an actor, you now realize, well, I have to have the gift of gab. I need to publicize things. And, this is what I'll say, this is what I won't say. I mean, you have to kind of learn that. But my age actors, this was not expected. So you can't judge John, I think, in that way, because he's not coming from a place where, he knows his publicity, but I don't think he, I think he feels like he's more of the actor, and he wants to be taken more seriously about it. And
yeah.
But I think I will say this, and I gotta tell you something. I said long ago, before he even did convention, I said, John, you have to go to this convention, and you have to see how much people love you, and how much the fans will come, and how many people remember you, and you made their childhood. And I really think he has softened up over the years with taking people's reactions and their responses. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw a Q&A panel on YouTube of, I believe it was his first convention. And yeah, he looked like he was a little uncomfortable. He was a little curled up in a ball there. Mm-hmm. And he described what Hollywood was in the 80s. He said that it was kind of like, mafia based, like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of thing, Mm-hmm. Which it still is in some ways, like that, yeah. Like the situation I just told you about. The producer director that I met with, he read my script and he would like to make it, but first he's got this other movie and he'd like me to play a part in it.
Right. Yeah, and I think, in a way, I think it's harder to be a guy in the business because he might have been disillusioned, maybe like, this is not acting. This is completely all about selling something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And again, we all started so young, we didn't know what it was, but I'd have to say he was very sweet to me. So I couldn't come away with going oh my God, you got to come and see John and I. This is going to be so much fun. He didn't keep to himself more, but he was really nice to me, and I hope that over time maybe he will have just more fun. I'm just hoping that he'll be a little bit more, not so hard on himself, lighter, and that we can just enjoy having been in the film together. Or maybe perhaps work again together. I don't know. I would love to do a horror film with him, actually, or a drama, to tell you the truth, because I think it would be really cool. But I don't know.
I don't think he's done horror.
I really appreciate you asking me that because people sort of, they kind of knew, but I hadn't been able to explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, I was curious because, you've been talking about it for a long time about how you'd like to see him again and stuff. But do you think, though, that he was happy to see you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Which, again, You never know. But yeah, no, he was absolutely happy to see me, which was great. And I made him smile and laugh, and I think that's saying something. So yeah, I think he felt good, himself. I think it was not such a big convention, so I think in a way, he was like, well, I'm going to come here, but I think I think he came because I was there, and I think he was happy to see me. Mm-hmm. And I think that, and maybe there's other stuff that, he's going through that he doesn't want to share, which is totally fine too. Not everybody's going to talk about things that are going on with them. So, but I think he is such a sweet person deep down, and that some people are just weird in their sleeve more than others.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Speaking of that, a couple of weeks ago, I did a podcast with Jill Sholin, and she told me something that I was not surprised by about you. She told me that whenever she's feeling down, you lift her right up again.
Oh, wow. That is such a nice thing to say. I mean, that is like, we had such a great connection when I saw her at a convention. But thank you for telling me that. I never hear what other people think of you, so that's really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great, and I'm really supporting. They have a show, she and Suzanne Snyder.
Yeah.
And they have a new show, and I told them that I would be on it, and I really think it's a great idea. I think it's called Screams and...
Oh, yeah, Screams and... Oh, Sugar and Scream.
Sugar and Screams. Yeah. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Scream. Yeah, it's great. It's a great idea. And I just think I would just love for them to keep pursuing it, and I hope they get more financing for it, and it makes it happen, because I'd love to be on the show. And there's just a lovely thing that's happened with all these conventions, is that is all the actresses that I meet, we're all really nice to each other, and we're coming together to support each other, and to and bonding in a way of, like, we all kind of had our moment in sun in a way, and we are continuing to push forward, do other things, and we embrace each other for that. And that is something that I really back. Like, I really think it's important for women to help other women, and it's just so much fun to see everybody. It's kind of like we were all in high school together. Now we're having a reunion because we were all teenagers, So it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Oh, I love doing that show, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all those girls on the show. Suzanne and Judy Aronson and Betsy Russell. I'm trying to get them all on because that show is coming out and stuff. But Jill, oh my God, we spent 2 hours and 25 minutes talking, and she was genuinely interested about me and stuff. And we're going to do another one pretty soon and stuff, because there's more I wanted to tell her that we didn't get to, but we were talking about so much stuff on that podcast.
She is a lovely person, and I'm so happy she's back in public eye, because I feel like she's got so much to offer, and I feel like she needs to do something with her singing. So she's a singer, and she needs to incorporate that in whatever she does. So
yeah, she's
putting that out there. She's an amazing singer.
Yes,
it's her love. It's her passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's just oozing with empathy. I just enjoy talking to her, And not this weekend, but next weekend, you will be at Retro Invasion Weekend.
Yes, and you know what? The only thing I wanted to know was, I didn't know if they've done this convention before. Do you have any idea? I didn't know if it was the first year they were doing it, or if this was it happened before.
I think they have done it before.
Okay, because I couldn't find any background on it, pictures from years before or something. But anyway, I'm really excited because I've never been to Ohio, and I've always wanted. I like to go to different states in the country. I really love the idea of. I wish if I had in my youth been able to drive cross country, if I had the time, I would have, but I didn't. So now this is my way of going across the country. I've been to Indiana. I've been to Florida a long time ago, but I want to go back. I went when I was a kid. Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New York, Maine, but I've never been to Ohio. So I'm excited to check it out with the weather. And my son is in Chicago, so it's kind of like a parallel going to Cleveland. So it's just cool. I think it's just great to learn about the country and meet all these different people. So it should be really fun.
Yeah, I like the lineup here. You got Joe Bob Briggs, who I did an email interview with last summer. I'm going to meet him at Sinister Creature Con in June. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Mark Metcalf from Animal House, the cast of Just One of the Guys. I had Lisa Gottlieb, the director, on a couple weeks ago to promote her appearance at Retro Weekend. Yeah, I'm supposed to have Tony Hudson back on to promote hers in a couple of days. And I see a couple cancellations, Felissa Rose and Catherine Camby from Sleepaway Camp, and the great Courtney Gaines canceled too.
Aw, sad, yeah. It's when you do a convention, sometimes things come up. I was supposed to do 80s in the Sand, and I wound up having to direct a play, and so I couldn't go. I thought, well, maybe they might switch the day, but they didn't, so I had to direct. But sometimes things come up, and I know, I was told recently Harper Eden had to cancel for something, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she sick? And she's got a movie role, and I'm like, oh yeah, right. So it's kind of funny when you hear people cancel. You're like, oh, are they okay? Oh, okay, they've got work. Well, then they're fine. So.
Yeah, but you've done 2 80s in the Sand so far.
Yes, and I'm going to do one more this year, which is exciting, in November. I don't know if I'll be coming back after, but this is my year. I'm really excited. I have to tell people, if you love the 80s, this is sort of you have to go. You have to go in your lifetime. It will be one of the best experiences of your life. It's not the best. I will always remember my 80s in the Sand times. Because you're surrounded by people who get you and who understand you like the music and you like the era, and you just have so much to talk about. And the people in the bands are so accessible. The bands are right there, and it's beautiful. The sand and the beach and the water. The food is great. I can't say enough about it. I would not be going back if I didn't like it.
Two things will get me to 80s in the Sand, either winning the lottery or if I get that movie part and it's a good salary, I will invest in a plane ticket over there.
You will go crazy. You'll lose your mind. You will go crazy because it's so much fun. So anyway, yeah, good goal. Okay, hashtag goals.
Have you ever been invited to those 80s reunion rock concerts that Deborah Foreman was hosting?
No, I haven't been, but the only thing I announced the band, I announced last year at the Microsoft Theater, and there was another theater. There was like an 80s weekend for K-Rock, and I announced it with Kimberly Tate, who had Princesses announce the band, and that was just our idea. We thought, wouldn't it be cool to have the Princesses announce a band? And they were totally into it, so it was great. That was really fun.
I just reached out to Kimberly recently. Hopefully she'll respond to do the podcast and stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And, oh my God, I can't believe they didn't write you guys into the new Bill and Ted movie.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that, that is, definitely new news. Not a lot of people know. So, I don't think we're going to be making it into the Bill and Ted film, as far as I know right now. They will have other princesses. But I do think, I think that the film's going to be great. And I think what was good for me to understand was, I think, or people kept saying, why weren't you in the second Bill and Ted? Why, and finally, and I think my assessment was correct, that they just want to have new babes. The film's about the guys. It is about their relationship. So it's not a babe report, And so I think originally my attitude was, I thought, you got to bring us back to the nostalgia. Like, people would just love to see us. But the people who are making it are thinking, no, we don't want the attention on the babes. We need the attention on the dudes. movie, that's about the buddies. So, and it's really about the kids now too. So it's more about the two kids that they don't have that go on to the next generation. It would have been nice for nostalgia's sake. I think more fans would have come and see it. I think more fans would have done it. I'm disappointed, but I have to say I back them, and I think that I'm excited to see the film, and I'm excited for them to do it. So we will see. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, Kimberly and I are going to be going as the princesses to HorrorCon in New Jersey, in Atlantic City. I think it's October. Yeah, end of October, I think. So look for New Jersey HorrorCon. We will be there as the princesses, and we're going to do photo ops dressed as the princesses. So if you come, we'll bring out our dresses, and it'll be really fun.
Again, that's another lottery show for me.
I understand.
I wonder who's gonna replace George Carlin in the movie, even though George Carlin's irreplaceable.
Yeah, well, I think they have a surprise. I don't want to say who it is, but there is a great surprise for that. So that's a good thing. There's
awesome.
Somebody very, very cool they're going to have.
Awesome. Cast. Awesome. I can't wait. That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed Dan Shore around last fall, who played Billy the Kid in the original.
I love him.
Yeah, great guy.
How was he?
I'm sorry?
How was he?
Oh, he was good. Yeah. And oh my God, he was so funny. He was just, he was telling me these great stories and taking me in one direction to the next. He was a great interview. He should do more of these.
Oh, cool. And is he working now? Is he acting, or is he, I do wonder sometimes, where did everybody go?
I forgot what he said he was doing. I know he lives in New York and he's doing something. I think he owns his own company or something, but I think every once in a while he'll do a play or something.
Cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
I think once you are, for me, doing the Amityville Murders, so fortunate, and that has just sort of catapulted me into all these different films. I have another film that's coming out at the end of the year. It's a small cameo part, but it's called High Hopes, and it's with Jennifer Tilly and Tom Arnold. So that's kind of a cool thing. So look out for that, High Hopes. But if you haven't seen Amityville Murders, that to me is my favorite so far. It's very, to my heart. But we'll see. People want to do this. People have been saying things to me. I've got a film that someone just offered me that would be a huge part and a very, very cool role. So we'll see what comes up in the future for me.
Yes, awesome.
Always a surprise.
Yeah. Now, I told you in the email about the silly game.
Yes. All right, so let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So this came out of an improv. I was doing a podcast with a friend last year, and she said, you should do this with every female guest. I think they would love it because it's like a slumber party game. So this is how you do it. So I ask the question, you answer it, and then ask me, and then I answer it.
Okay.
Okay. Diane, are you ticklish?
Yes. Do you like chocolate?
You asked me the same question.
Oh, sorry.
And yes, I do love chocolate.
Are you ticklish?
I'm very ticklish.
Oh, that's funny.
And I do love chocolate.
And I do too.
What's your favorite part of the body?
Oh. Well, that depends on man or a woman. So I have to say, what is my favorite part of the body? That is a good question. Let me think. Wow, that's a tough one. Gosh, I'm gonna say eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the body?
It can either be on man or woman. I love the belly button.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That went through my mind too. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
Oh, is that your second favorite?
Yeah, I'll say belly button's second favorite. Yeah, I'll go for that. Belly buttons are good.
Mm-hmm.
They're funny. But some people don't have good belly buttons, so what do you do, right? kind of go, let's go for the eyes, right?
But you have a very pretty belly button.
Oh, thank you. I pride myself. I have to admit, I have a pretty good belly button. I'm relieved about that. That was something, you don't have much control over, so it was all good.
Yeah, Amanda Wiss has a good one, too.
I have to say, I haven't looked at her belly button, but that's probably a good thing, right?
Well, if you do 80s in the Sand with her, you'll see it again.
All right, I'll make sure I check it out.
What color are your toenails painted?
Oh, they are painted bright orange.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. What color are your toenails painted?
I actually took off my color yesterday after having them on for a month. When I went to L.A., I had blue-green because Easter was coming up.
Oh,
and
that's very cool.
Yeah, so
choices too.
Yeah, so I'm just letting them breathe right now. I'm not going to put any color on until maybe my birthday in a couple of weeks.
Like that. Oh, good. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. And now here's my favorite question. Is there a stinky smell that makes you gag more than anything?
I know there must be. Hold on. What makes me gag? I know. Like, visually, I know things, but the smell. Well, gosh. Now I'm thinking of all these smells. And now I'm thinking, what smell makes me gag? All right, well, I gotta say vomit, probably.
Oh, yeah,
That makes me be the worst smell ever. Yeah. I'd have to say, like, I'd have to turn away. I mean, there's a lot of bad smells, but I'm going to put that up at the top. All right, and what is your worst smell ever?
When I got out of the hospital, I had pretty bad athlete's foot for a while. That was bad.
That's a surprise. That was a surprise. I did not expect that.
Yeah. Well, then there's also consistent.
It's your own foot, so that's even worse, right? You can't get away from it.
Oh, thank God it's gone. But for 6 months, it was pretty bad. But then there's consistent things I can't stand, like farts, like a lot of people,
Right. That's like a general. That's just too easy. You say, it's just a general. So you got to be a little bit more creative, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Diane, I love you so much. Thank you for coming back on, as always.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry it's been so long. I have had so much going on, and I think, good things, but just like, I don't know if you know this, like, I also have animals, and I have a really old dog, and it was touch and go for a while. The dog is still okay, but he's 14, so
wow.
I've had a lot of, to take care of him, and then I have other animals, and I'm teaching, and I'm running shows and acting, and just there's a lot going on. So I just appreciate, you remembering me and having me on your show.
And I appreciate the fact that you share your events on my Tommy Kovac comedian group.
Good, great. Well, I want people to know what's going on because, it's really all word of mouth, and if people are into it, then it's, I know, like, me, I make things really fun. So, and I continue to, so.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and I was going to say, I just remembered, who else is in this film? The High Hopes? Cloris Leachman.
Really?
Isn't that amazing? I can't believe I forgot that. Cloris Leachman is also in High Hopes. So when it comes out, I'll let you know. I'll give you the preview of what's going on. But so it's just super great to be working with people that are iconic. As even more iconic than me. On the line. So young Frankenstein, kind of wonderful. So, but anyway, thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. You have a lot of fun next following weekend and stuff, and we'll keep in touch.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm going to also be at Wizard World the following weekend. So it's this weekend. The first weekend, May 30th, May 31st, and June 1st, or June 1st and 2nd, I'm in Ohio, but then the following weekend, Wizard World. So I'll be only there on Saturday. So if anyone's in California and they want to come to Wizard World, I will be there as well. So just putting that out there as well.
What part of California is it?
I think it's Sony Studios in Los Angeles.
Oh, they're having a Ghostbusters fan festival there the weekend of my birthday.
That's where I'm going to be. It's the same place.
So you're gonna be you're gonna be signing with the Ghostbusters people?
I'm going to be right next door. Like, we're going to be right there.
Oh, it's two. Oh, okay, it's two separate events. Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's two separate, but it's right the same place.
Awesome.
So what a cool birthday you have. That's all happening at the same time.
Yeah, I just wish I could go.
Yeah.
But at least I got the one in Sacramento the following weekend, so that's good.
Good. All right. Well, I tell your mom I hope she feels better. Keep me posted, and I wish you all the best. And I will talk to you some other time.
Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you so much, and I sure will. Have a great day.
Okay. All righty. Bye.
Bye. Well, there you have it. Diane Franklin. Ain't she a sweetheart as usual? She sure is. I love Diane Franklin. Oh my God. I wish... there's only one Diane Franklin. I wish I had my own personal Diane Franklin. Don't you? I mean, she is just awesome. She is just the sweetest lady, the most upbeat, optimistic lady there is. So if you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!